going to work tomorrow.
All right,
then I just got up, put it back in the closet, and went to bed.
Maybe next time.
We get when they play again Friday. They play the Nuggets Thursday, right? Or Friday?
I'm not even sure.
I don't even want to bring it out against the Nuggets.
They might just hang it up for the rest of the year.
I don't even want to bring it out against the Nuggets.
It was not a good night for either one of our NBA teams, Shannon. Your Lakers came back from as much as 20 down against the top-ranked Celtics to lead by 13 with 4 minutes to go. The Celtics, though, forced overtime, and they go on to win 122-118. Hence, no GOAT mask for Shannon this morning, as Skip talked about. So, Shannon, who's to blame for the Lakers' collapse last night?
Before I get into blame, Skip, remember I told you yesterday, I said, now, Skip, they lost these 2 games. They couldn't make a shot. I said, now watch they go. Watch what they do to us. I said, watch Boston. Yeah. I said, watch what Jason Tatum does. Watch how they start raining threes on us.
He did, and they did.
And they did.
Yeah.
Look, Skip, the Lakers have the league's worst net rating in clutch situations. Last 5 minutes of the ball game within 5. They're minus 35.2. They have the 30th ranked defense in clutch situations. And again, now we see them blow a 17-point lead to Indiana in the fourth quarter. Now we just see them blow a 13-point lead to the Boston Celtics in the fourth quarter. So I think that's where they're losing touch with these ball games, because defensively we see guys getting wide open. I mean, basically shoot around threes. That's what they got last night to get back in the ball game. Not hustling back, they give a layup. They take a couple of bad shots, and now the Celtics are off and running. The Lakers probably shouldn't have gotten this ball game. I don't know where the momentum shifted or the laps that the Boston Celtics have, but give the Lakers credit. They go on this incredible run.
It was.
I mean, I haven't seen anything like that in a very, very long time. And I'm like, wow. To be down 20 to now you're up 13. So I'm feeling good about where I am.
Yep.
But then all of a sudden we just couldn't get any stops, Skip. Nope. They started making shots. We couldn't get any stops. But again, Skip, AD got to make the free throws, Skip. Now this is twice within a week. He had an opportunity to win the game. It's not even supposed to come down to overtime. AD knows that. And he said last night, I don't want to talk about anything after those missed free throws. I don't want to talk about overtime. And it's tough. Because, Skip, and LeBron said after the game, there's no one I'd rather have in that situation than AD. He is, I believe, in all the guys that were on the court, he's their second best free throw shooter behind Austin Reeves. But he's the guy that can go get you a bucket. So now I got a guy that can get me a bucket, and if he gets fouled, he's going to go make the free throws. And again, he missed both of them, Skip.
Yep.
And it seemed like when he missed the first one, and I was like, bruh, if you don't make this second one, it's over. You could just feel it, Skip. You could just feel it. It's kind of like Friday night when they went to overtime, Skip. It just did. And even though they got up to that 4, they got up by 4 in overtime.
They did.
It's like the Celtics did a great job. Say, y'all, I don't know what y'all thinking. We won't rush to shoot these shots. And if you think about it, Skip, if I'm not mistaken, I think he took 5 of their 8 shots.
Took 6 total. Yeah.
In overtime.
Yes.
That's not an accident that they're packing and said, no, LeBron, you're not going to do it. No, AD, you're not going to do it. And somehow LeBron comes, swings the ball to Russ in the corner, boom. He takes a couple of ill-advised shots. But, Skip, I think it was their defense that let him down in that situation. When you got a 13-point lead, you got to be able to lock in. You got to be and not give up and shoot around threes, not to give up layups. And that's what the Lakers did last night. They did not lock in defensively because with a little over 4 minutes left in the ball game and you're up 13 points, with Anthony Davis and LeBron James on the court, you've got to get that game home. But you take a couple of ill-advised shots, you don't get back on the other end, you have a lapse, and this is what you have happen. You have what ifs. Because you had 3 games over the last week and a half that you probably should have won, and the record would look a lot better. So now you probably take those 3 losses. So now you're 14-13 as opposed to 11-16.
Okay, my turn. I will certainly give you Anthony Davis just has to make at least 1 free throw.
Got to make 1.
But he's got the demons because they slipped into the back door of his brain, deep into his psychosis, somewhere deep down in his psyche. He's got the demon now because he missed the one late with 3 seconds left in regulation at Philadelphia last Friday night, and he's still thinking about it.
Skip, you remember the All-Star game? It came down to 2 free throws. They fouled Anthony Davis.
They did.
And he needed it because it was a tie ball game. Yep. So the next scorer was going to win. He missed the first one, and the other was and it went in.
But usually I have found him through his career to be fairly clutch, if not very clutch.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm not thinking of free throws. Maybe I'm thinking of shots.
Shots, yes.
But he's the wrong guy, wrong place, wrong time last night. So I'm going to give you that. Now I'm going to frame what I saw happen last night. Let's remember, Boston on Saturday night lost at Golden State by 16 points.
Yes.
Let's remember that just the night before, this Monday night, in this same building, they had lost to the Clippers by 20 points.
Yes.
So they were, forced to play back to back.
Back to back.
Even though you don't have to go anywhere except back to the hotel and back to the same arena.
Correct.
You are still expending, as you well know, a lot of energy.
Right.
So it was not shocking to me that Boston came out and pounded its fist on the table effectively and said, no, this is how good we are. And they basically blew the Lakers off their floor for a good long while.
Yes.
And they're up 20 with, what time was it? 6:57 of the third quarter. They're up 20 points. And I'm thinking Shannon's not going to wear the goat match. And here they went.
Right.
This is one of the weirdest basketball teams I've ever tried to decipher because you want to talk about flexing firepower. Whew! Here they came. A 45-12 run against what most people believe is the best team in basketball at this point.
And a very, very good defensive team.
A very good defensive team. It's hard to go 45-12, but they were back-to-back, and they had lost a couple of games badly. And you could see a little bit of sag in the Celtics. You could see a little, not quit, but just sag, just falling chins and faces where they were just saying, oh, here we go again.
I think they thought the Lakers were going to sag their chins like they're down 20. Okay, it's over.
And the Lakers, to their credit, not only did they not quit, but they hit the accelerator just the way they did at Philadelphia when I remind everybody on last Friday night, they're down 9 with 29 seconds left. It's mathematically close to impossible to come back from 9 down with 29. And they did it and should have won the game if Anthony had just made the one other free throw. But he did not, and it went to overtime. And then just as shockingly to me, even though you wrote them off, they missed their first 11 shots of overtime and lost by 11 points at Philadelphia. This is bizarre. Night and day, day and night. So here we go again. All right, so I give you the 2 missed free throws, but what I can't give you is what just happened because you're up 13 points, really with under 4 minutes to go. But let's look at what happened right at that mark when LeBron gets fouled. He drives to the basket and almost makes it for an and one.
Yes.
If you remember this.
Yes.
He goes up and under, almost he got it up, and he goes leaping over to the side, and the crowd is hyped, and he is, I'm not saying this in a negative way, he's front running in a good way, because remember, they had him on the ropes, man. They had him on the run, because Russ is making plays and shots, and he's blocking shots. Russ ended up blocking 4 shots.
He did.
So at this point, if I look at the box score, and I tell you, they've got him down 13, and look at the final box score, if I could, please. AD winds up with 37 and 12. LeBron's going to wind up with 33, 9 and 9 with 2 steals. Russell Westbrook, the runaway 6th man of the year, is going to wind up with 20 and 14. And as I just pointed out, 4 blocked shots. He's playing like a demon on defense.
Yes.
Okay, so that's what was happening at that point, and that's goat mask time when I'm saying, they're going to win this game by 20. Okay, and then what happens? LeBron goes from running to the crowd and hyping the crowd with a big leap up along the baseline. He goes back to the free throw line, and he misses the first free throw. Okay, so the door is slightly ajar, but only slightly because he made his second free throw, and now here we go. All right, so the next thing that happened is LeBron misses a 3 with 3:52 left. I think we have this. This is to go up 16 points. And you know how I got an issue with LeBron? He just shoots too many threes for my liking because that's a deep 3.
Yeah, okay? I think he could have faked him up.
Just go. Okay. So this is I'm getting to my biggest issue with this team as it pertains to LeBron James. I keep telling you, it's got to be home James, because I saw what happened. They blew a 17-point lead, as you point out, to Indiana at home. They crumbled in overtime at Philadelphia. And you have to have a closer, and LeBron has not been closing. I told you that last year there were 15 times I counted games where I thought LeBron James, as still the best player on this team, should have closed the game because he's got the highest IQ in basketball. He's the greatest driver of the basketball I've ever seen. So you've got to get this game home, and you can't resort to threes because he winds up 3 for 11 from three. It's not good enough. It's why the door kept getting wider and wider opened. And then we got the bad pass. We got the careless inbounds pass. I think he's throwing it to Russ. So we could see this.
But I mean,
I don't even know what you're doing. Here
so that's
we go.
a 5 point.
Just okay. This is easy. This is easy. And Marcus Smart just spins and swipes it and lays it in, and all of a sudden,
LeBron sees the guy. He sees Marcus Smart right.
It's just careless, and all of a sudden you've cut it to 8 at that point. Have the Boston Celtics cut it to 7? Okay, then
because no time ran off the clock.
All right, and then I got to give LeBron this. He made a really nice 10-foot jumper where he's pretty good. I'd much rather see that shot than any of those threes late in games, and he makes it with 2:12 left to go up 7 points. And then here we go again. 59 seconds left. What does LeBron resort to? Yet another 3. Here we go. This is just drive it. Just go force the issue. Don't do that because that's heavily contested and it's a bad shot and it's a bad miss. And you know what happens going the other way off this miss? Marcus Smart just goes down there on a semi break, and AD is sort of